Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Game Replays Heroes of Newerth, guys. This will be Scrim number 2 for the night after, of course, our epic 5 mid versus 5 disconnect game that we just had. Hey there, Luke?
Yeah, it is. After the fake scrim, I hope we see some really good banding draft here. This time the band's going to be Hellbringer, Flint Beastwood, Bubbles, and Deadwood. And that's quite different from the last time because in the last game we had a Glaciers as well and Hellbringer, but they decide, it seems that the picking persons or players just, you judge Hellbringer to be a stronger pickup. I didn't have a very quick look at the hero pool, but I suppose that's it. Some really, really good heroes in this game now. Glacier's been first picked by Hellbringer here. Magma's going to be picked up again. First 2 pick on the Hellborn side. So I hope we don't get any disconnects this time, and we're in good for a good match.
No, he just disconnected. That's okay, he's not playing. But yeah, we didn't have Glaciers banned this round, simply because I think the Legion there had first pick, so they knew, oh great, that's a great support hero, we're going to get him in, as long as the other team doesn't ban him, and the other team didn't seem to care whatsoever. So he has been snaked now by the Legion, so I mean, a very great support hero, but what are the other options here for support? I know Magnus has already been taken.
Slither is gonna be like if the Hellborn haven't picked Slither now, I would definitely pick Slither as the Legion. He's such a strong support hero. And again, vision, guys. Map control, that's what you want. But Tobacco goes for the Pyromancer again, like the last game, and for the Hammerstorm.
Now
so it seems that
keep going.
Yeah, but it seems that they're setting up a tri lane again, and this is a fairly, common tri lane. It is strong. It's got 2 AoE stuns in it, and you always have Hammerstorm. The great thing about a Hammerstorm and its stun is like it's immediate and it's targeted. So unless they disjoint it, you always hit it, and it's ranged, so you can just draw out your hammer, and you have a really easy setup. That's the great thing about Hammerstorm in the tri lane. And you have then Glaciers and Pyromancer to follow you up with immobilizers and stuns and slows. So that's really good. The Hellborn side have now Corrupted Disciple, Magma, Slither, and Valkyrie. It's gonna be interesting if they're setting up a tri lane themselves, which they definitely could with Magmas and a ranged agility carry, as well as Slither. But it depends really on the last pick that they get.
Tell me here something, Luke. I'm looking at the PSR spreads here. Does it say plus and minus question mark or plus and minus 7?
Plus and minus 7.
Okay, just must be a trick of my eyes. Fair enough. But yeah, so good call there on that Slither, because he was picked up immediately right, that third pick on that Hellburn, almost as soon as you said it. But it looks like we are going to have that Armadon Puppet Master. I haven't seen a Puppet Master in a long time, but that is what they're going to go for. Maybe a Jerizai here. Jerizai, of course, going way back to release, was like one of the strongest support heroes you could have.
Insta-ban.
Yeah, insta-ban, or immediately picked up, but he's really fallen off the face of the earth. Now, they did change his skill set, I believe. He has that aura now, the righteous aura, so it's no longer on attack, it's just a straight aura. And that brings him more back in line to the original Abaddon, the hero he's based off of from Dota. So I kind of like that change, kind of don't, but it does look like Jerizai will be picked up, and there's your team. So both teams going with a little bit of a mix of the carry and the support. We got what? Jerizai, Slither, Magmus to counter the Glacius. Pyromancer, I suppose. I don't know. Pyromancer or Armadon? Who do you think is going to be more of the support jerk in this one?
Armadon's never really played as a support hero simply because he, if you get him really tanky, and especially early on, he's just really strong with his spines. And Blodgeless makes him, support stat nowadays as well. He was really the only time we really seen him picked up competitively was when his spines were bugged and they did double damage.
Hell yes.
But anyways, yeah, the thing is, again, like they don't have very strong lanes. So I said they're setting up a tri lane, but now with this, they could also run a tri lane with Armadon in it, but they also could run a Hammerstone Pyromancer lane, which is very classic, a very strong lane. You have then the classical carry, babysit setup with Armadon and Glaciers and Puppet Master mid. He's a fairly strong mid as well. So it's going to be really interesting how the Legion work the lanes out, but also the Hellborn, because normally you don't want to have two melees in a tri lane, simply due to the fact that we all know dual melee lanes suck, because you're
Yes.
gonna be harassed to death and everything. If you don't realize that, guys, that's really this one of the truths that I learned throughout playing HoN. Dual melee lanes suck bad. They're really bad, no matter which heroes you put in. And don't come with Electrician and Swiftblade. That's not a good combination if you play it right. It's just dual melee lanes just don't work out. However, it seems that the Legion are gonna try to do
Exactly
a
what you said.
Jerizaya.
Yeah.
No.
You said
Because
Legion.
Magnus is
You said Legion, didn't you?
the Legion doing what I said,
Yeah.
but the Hellborn are gonna run also not a tri lane, so we're gonna see a very classical game. I think this Magnus is gonna head top with this Valkyrie, which is of course a strong combination, and then you have the you have a very strong aggressive lane. Well, aggressive? What the hell?
Yeah, aggressive.
Well,
That's the
because
word.
yeah, this is aggressive lane in the short lane, which is not preferably what you want. Oh yeah, it is. Well, whatever. I'm talking here is bullshit. However, they got the dual slow lane with of course Lilliter being a great harasser in general. So yeah, I think this is really classical, and we don't see tri-lane. So big, yay! No tri-lane.
It's funny how, the whole metagame shifted towards the ganking, the tri-lanes, and all we can ever say is whenever people don't tri-lane is, thank God they're not tri-laning. That, I don't really know what to make of that. But no, it does not look like they're going to be splitting up that way. But I think you're quite right there with the Magnus and the Valkyrie. But if they do go top, they do have a little bit of a change now. It looks like they are going to hit bottom instead. But so it would have been a double stun versus a double stun, really. The Magnus with the Valk arrow compared to the Hammerstorm with the Pyro stun. And really, it just would have been really a lot of back and forth. Maybe a first blood or two, but yeah, it'll be back and forth. But instead, we are going to have the Armadon going with that Glacius. As you said, Glacius with his combinations of slows and snares, and of course, Armadon doesn't need to be quite in melee range there to hit people with that spine burst of his. Instead, he's going to go with a spine burst early. It looks like they want to try to get a kill here, right even just before the 30-second mark, and I'm going to be putting down a lot of damage. I'm not too confident, though, that really anything is going to happen down here. Javelin of Light is still saved from that Valkyrie, so playing it cool, playing it nice and easy. Now they're going to back up into their creep lanes. But Corrupted Disciple is another long-lost name of the past. I have not seen him in really anything, and he's going mid, which is even better. So Corrupted Disciple versus the Puppet Master. Who do you think really has kind of the advantage there?
Last hitting wise, definitely Corrupted Disciple, because he's got this super good attack animation still with incredible projectile speed. That just really works out for him. The good, I know you of course have the Electric Tide, but you're saying he's not been picked up. That's kind of true, but Chu has played him, some lately, and he just plays such a good Corrupted Disciple. It's just a pleasure to watch him. I hope this Corrupted Disciple just really lives up to the hopes that I have in him, because I'd love to see him back. He's just a really agile and hero that moves around a lot and is always fun to watch compared to other heroes. So I just definitely hope that he comes back sometime in the competitive scene.
Well, I mean, you never know what's going to come in tomorrow's patch, and by tomorrow is just general sense of tomorrow. But yeah, so just taking a quick look, we have a lot of damage being exchanged on all lanes. Hammerstorm Pyro is the double stun, but they are going to be up against the healing with the dot, Slither with the slow. Jerizaya does not have anything in that aura of his yet, so they're not going to be quite running any early game combo between the slow from Slither, the slow from the wards, and the slow from the aura. But that's going to give him a lot of staying power already with the level 2 going with the pretty typical protective charm, inner light kind of deal. So they're going more for the survivability against the double stun lane, and really you can't blame them too much, because that's a lot of burst damage that can come out of both of these folks here. With of course, Hammerstorm has to get melee range, but that hammer, I mean, it's a hammer. It's going to smash your face in pretty easily.
Unless you're magic immune, then you're not gonna care about the friggin' hammer that flies at you. It is really all about the Jerizaya really works well against this lane now, because he can just protective charm, and you're basically safe unless you slither and get caught out of position now.
like right now, Slither doing exactly what he's not supposed to do. Get caught out of position. He will survive, but level 2. He's going for the level 2 poison spray. So not going to be leveling up those wards, at least not this early. So not going to be affording a lot of that map control that the support Slithers are kind of known for. I wonder if he's going to try playing a bit more of the semi-carry role of going with the poison spray toxicity build as opposed to the wards. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I just don't. Just looking at their lineup, he's like the only super hardcore support. Like Jeraziah is kind of played as, meant to be a player support, but most of the day when I see him picked these days, he's just kind of semi-carry type of hero. That's what they really, the people like to run him in. I can't blame them because he just doesn't excel anymore as a pure support hero. The fact is that Slither, I think that poison spray in 99% of all situations is inferior to the wards because the wards are so versatile and just so good. Like if I had to name a skill that is like the best skill in the game, then I'd probably nominate poison spray. Well, we see Magmus nearly dying down bottom here.
Both Magmus and Valkyrie dropping to dangerous levels. Magmus just nearly went down with that last spine and does indeed get the spine off. Valkyrie in a lot of trouble as well. Gets off her battle call, but it does not hit Pride. That Armadon, he will live, so that will put us up as a 2-0 double first blood. What's going on up top, however? We got that protected charm down on that Slither. Going to be trying to keep him alive, but the auto attacks just so close to bringing him down. Does look like Jeraziah's heal there, his inner light, going to be taking down that Hammerstorm, so a little bit of overextension now. Pyromancer is still no aura, so it's just literally a movement speed advantage at this point for Jeraziah, but that is now going to be a 2-1 instead of I thought it would have been a 3-0. It'd be like 3 kills almost simultaneously, pretty good stuff. But 2-1 is now the final mark. Jeraziah picking up a kill, and the entire bottom lane for Hellborn taking a nosedive. So I don't know. Armadon Glacius showing their prowess there.
The power of Armadon Glacius against especially Magmus is just simply that Armadon is just good at pumping out a lot of physical damage early on, and Magmus, his base armor is like non-existent, so he's really vulnerable to those spine bursts, especially when his armor's lowered. That just really makes him vulnerable for the combination and the hefty auto attack damage early on, until he gets some kind of armor, which he normally doesn't, which makes him just really squishy against any kind of physical damage.
Alright, well down goes Puppet Master in the mid with a great double damage rune coming out of Disciple, but he's getting creep blocked. Unfortunately, he's not getting attacked by those creeps, so he'll live, but skin of his teeth. Should have just waited for the creeps to die, but cutting it close, but he will be okay. Now, I'm just checking out, like, Glacius, Glacius is more known for his global aura, but checking out the Glacius now, he does not have a single point in that, which means that this Armadon is fueled purely by his Blood Chalice. Now, Blood Chalice, a pretty decent pickup for him. It affords him a lot of mana, especially throw that with of course, the Helm of the Black Legion, which we'll probably see. But now let's see what this Hellborn team wants to do against this Glacius. It looks like nothing, as Valkyrie is going to go in, but gets really just abandoned by the Magmus, who really wants this kill, and he will get it. But I'm not too sure he's going to be able to get out of here. Well, that's a great call right there. Homecoming Stone out, but unfortunately those Spine Bursts stack, and that was on stack 3 or 4 right there. So he goes down pretty quick.
It's definitely an interesting build that Glacius goes for. Just gonna look how he levels it. Oh, he's got 1 level in Chilling Presence now, and 2 Thunder Blast, 2 Ice Imprisonment. Well, the classical build is that you just put 1 skill in Ice Imprison, 1 in, Thunder Blast,
and then the rest in Chilling.
Good to go. Yeah. Yeah, and the rest, in the aura, because the aura is just so good. So good, especially if you have mana-dependent heroes that have low mana pools, like Armadon, for instance, or Hammerstorm.
Slither. Slither has a whopping 260 mana right now. That's a whopping amount.
But he can't get anything.
No, of course not. I'm just throwing you another name. So it looks like up top we had mid come a grand level 7 who is this? Corrupted Disciple. I almost called him a CD by accident, but
Oh, so good.
yeah, going to be taking down that Hammerstorm, and really just that brings us up now to a 4-4. So lots of life coming out of the Hellborn team, and lots of death coming out from the bottom of the Hellborn team.